So many times the topic ideas I get for this podcast come from conversations that I am having with my clients, with other moms who come into my world. And this is one that's come up a few times, especially because it's springtime and people will start gathering, doing more events and things now. You may get more invited to more things. So I was thinking about baby showers, but then it really occurred to me that it's not just the baby showers. It's not because you're just going to a random baby shower that's so painful. It's really who's at that baby shower? Who is at all of these summer picnics? Who are the people, the cast of characters really in your life? And maybe you have a friend group, other couples that you all get together. Maybe it's the seven best friends that you've been best friends with since grade school. And you were at this point where you were all pregnant together, you're texting back and forth, you're helping each other pick out nursery things, you're picking out names together, and everything was so, so exciting. And you're building this exciting future together. You're dreaming of all these play dates and what the kids are going to do and who's going to be doing what. And then your baby died. And suddenly, all of the texting, the messaging, everything feels different now. They are sharing their ultrasound pictures, talking about their doctor's appointments, planning the baby showers, talking about maternity leave and childcare and what kind of strollers and car seats they should get. And you may or may not still be in the group chat, but you're just not part of it anymore because you're the mom whose baby died. They love you and they still want you there. They say that. And they text you these invitations. They ask how you're doing, but something feels different. And you feel it in every single interaction. You just feel like you don't belong anymore. You're not one of them anymore. You're the exception. You're the sad one. You're the mom who doesn't fit into the excited, uncomplicated, joyful conversations that pregnancy and new parenthood brings. And the thing that's even harder is that you want to be there. You still want to be there. You love these people. You love your friends. You do want to see their babies and you really want to be part of their lives. But walking into those moments or even thinking about having to go to baby showers, or what if you have other children and you're going back into play dates with them? The conversation seems so petty now about the sleep schedules and feeding, and it all feels impossible because you're terrified. You're terrified that if you pull away to protect yourself, they're going to stop inviting you. They're going to stop being your friends. And then you're going to lose them too. So you stay stuck. And staying stuck feels like you're drowning. And leaving feels like abandonment and you're all alone. So today, I really want to talk about what is happening in this space, why it feels so lonely, even when you're surrounded by people you love, and what you can actually do about it. Because I promise you, there is a way through this that doesn't mean that you have to lose all your friends or lose yourself when your baby dies. One of the things nobody prepares you for, among many, is how it changes your friendships, not in the way you would expect. It's not that your friends are bad people. It's that they're living in completely different reality now, and you're living in yours. And those realities just aren't the same anymore. Your friends are in the world where pregnancy equals baby, where 9 months of planning and anticipation and excitement ends in a crib and a nursery and this magical, beautiful life. And that's their world because that's what they're experiencing. You're in the world where pregnancy doesn't guarantee anything, where all that planning didn't protect you, where a baby you loved, a baby you held or didn't get to hold is gone. And you're still here, you're still breathing, still showing up, but fundamentally changed. Those two worlds don't speak the same language. And that disconnect is what makes being in a friend group with them feel so isolating. So I see this over and over with my clients. And it's that after your loss, your friends want to include you. They want you to be at the baby shower. They ask if you're coming to the play date. They want you there. But there is this unspoken tension. They're excited. They're nervous about being excited about their own baby and pregnancy and happiness around you. They don't know if talking about their pregnancy will hurt you. They don't know if asking you to celebrate in their baby is insensitive. So they invite you, but they are cautious. It's like they're tiptoeing around you, and you feel that tiptoeing. So it makes you feel like a burden, and like maybe your grief is too big and too complicated for you to be friends with them anymore. And at the same time, it's just a stark reminder every time you look at their life because you see everything you don't have. Their babies are here. They're getting to do all the things that you were supposed to do with them. They're getting the nursery. They're getting the midnight feedings, the photos for Instagram. And yeah, they're tired and overwhelmed and all that's hard, but they get to have their babies and you don't. So there's this complicated stew of emotions going on. It's grief. It's longing for what you don't have, a little bit of resentment, probably some jealousy, even though you don't want to feel it. And underneath it all is this deep fear that you're going to be left behind, that you're no longer like them. You're not going to fit into their lives anymore because you don't have what they have. And maybe even scarier than that is that you're worried if you're honest about how much it hurts to be around them, they are going to retreat. That they're going to decide it's just too hard to be friends with a mom whose baby died. That your grief is going to be the thing that costs you these relationships. So you pretend, you smile, you show up, you do things that are so hard and heartbreaking. You listen to all the stories and the nursery decoration updates, and you're happy for them because you do want to be happy for them, but you're also drowning. So let's talk about what's really here because I think you might need to hear this. It is completely normal for friendships to change after loss. It doesn't mean something's wrong. It doesn't mean that you have bad friends. It doesn't mean that you are reacting in a way that you shouldn't. It just means that this loss has changed your life, which I'm guessing you've already noticed in every other area of your life. And so that is true for friendships. And when life shifts, sometimes that's just what happens. On the other side of it, some friendships will deepen because people show up. Some people show up and they are the most amazing. You never knew they had it in them. Some people will fade because their connection might have been surface level to begin with. Some people get awkward and painful for a while, and all of those things are okay. Second of all, you're allowed to grieve the friendship that used to be, the one where you were careless and carefree, and you were all in the same place, dreaming about the same things and building that same future. That friendship is gone, and you can be sad about that. You don't have to pretend that everything is fine and it just naturally evolved. You can acknowledge that hurts. And third, I really want you to hear this. You are not responsible for making them comfortable with your grief. You're not responsible for protecting their joy. You're not responsible for showing up to every single event and pretending you're okay when you're not. That's not what friendships require. So here's what's happening in your friend group right now. Your friends have no idea how isolated you feel. They think they're including you. They think they are inviting you. They're trying. What they don't understand is that being invited to celebrate the thing you lost over and over again is not the same as being included. It's like being invited to a party where everyone's celebrating something beautiful and you're happy for them, but you're also grieving and you're scared. You're wondering if this is what the rest of your life is going to look like, watching everyone else have the thing that you wanted so badly and don't get to have. And your friends don't know that because you haven't told them. And you haven't told them because you're afraid. You're afraid if you say out loud how much it hurts, they're going to pull away. You're afraid they're going to decide that you're just too much. So here's what I see happen over and over with the women I work with. The friendships that survive the loss are the ones where someone is brave enough to be honest about how hard it is. Where someone says, I love you and I'm so happy for you. And this is also really painful for me right now. And then the other person has a choice. They can meet you there or they can't, but at least you're not drowning alone. So if you don't know what to do, because I know you feel stuck and it hurts, here's what you can do. Decide for yourself what feels right and what you can and can't do right now. Can you go to a baby shower? Maybe not. Can you show up to a play date? Maybe, but not for the whole time. Can you sit through conversations about nurseries and sleep training? Maybe not yet. And whatever you decide, it's okay. That is allowed. You don't have to do the things that take you out at the knees just to prove that you're still their friend. That's not what friendship's about. So if you get an invitation to a baby shower, you feel that dread, instead of automatically saying, yes, I'll be there, and then just white knuckling your way through it, you can pause and ask yourself, is this something I can do right now? And if the answer is no, don't do it. Send a gift, send a text saying, I'm thinking of you and I can't be there, but I'm celebrating you from home. That's honest and that's kind. Or maybe you can go, but just for part of it. You show up for the first hour and then you leave. You don't have to stay for the whole thing. You're not obligated to sit there while games are played and every single gift is opened. You can show up, give your love, and then protect yourself by leaving. That's okay. Or maybe there's a certain friend in your group who you feel safer with, someone who asks about you and actually wants to know how you're doing, who kind of gets on that level with you. You could have a separate conversation with her and say, I love you all. And I also need you to know that being around all this baby stuff right now is really hard. I'm not quite ready for all of it yet, but I don't want to lose you. That's real vulnerability. So, whatever is going on in your friend group right now, I just want you to remember your job is to protect yourself, to be honest about what you can and can't do, and just know that your friends don't want you to feel unhappy. Let these friendships be whatever they're going to be, and trust the ones that matter will find a way to work out. In my free workshop, Practical Ways to Release Guilt and Navigate Grief, we talk about these things and how to navigate grief and friendships and guilt in a way that feels really kind to you and helps you make these kind of decisions. You can join for free at navigatingbabyloss.com/workshop. But until next time, I just want you to know that you are doing the best you can in an unimaginable situation. And I'm sending you so much love.